Welcome to our Facebook Live today. Hello to all of you out there in our audience. And what a great audience we have today. I see that it's a full house, lots of viewers from all over the world. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We're really excited about today's session. We have a fantastic speaker for all of you, a great friend of MyHeritage, and we're really excited to get to that. Before I do, just want to let you know about a couple of things. The first thing is a feature that we released yesterday on MyHeritage, something that we're really excited about. It's called the Photo Storyteller, and it allows you to collect audio recordings and attach them to a photo in the MyHeritage mobile app. And this way you can save memories that are attached to those photos with the photo itself. It's just a fantastic way to record yourself telling a story about the photo, or when it is safe to see other people and be with family members, to record them talking about the photo. I know that I've already used it and recorded my mother speaking about some of her childhood photos. Just incredible, and such a great way to capture those memories and just to see it attached to the photo as you're looking at the photo, to see those memories go by. It's just fantastic. So a great feature, and we'll put a link to the blog post about that in the comments section so that you can all learn a little bit more about that. We hope that you all try it out. That's in the MyHeritage mobile app, myheritage.com/mobile. That's where you can download the MyHeritage mobile app if you do not already have it. So please do check it out. In addition, we have a giveaway today, which we have at most of our Facebook Lives. And we'll be giving away a MyHeritage Complete Plan. The Complete Plan on MyHeritage is the best plan that we have to offer. Unlimited access to all of our 13 billion historical records, which in and of itself is a fantastic prize. But that's not all. It also gives you access to all of our photo tools. That's the MyHeritage Photo Enhancer, MyHeritage in Color. If you don't know about those, they are free up to the first 10 tries, but with the MyHeritage Complete Plan, you have unlimited access. So you can take your whole photo albums and colorize them and enhance them using those tools. It will also give you unlimited family tree size and many other features. So a fantastic giveaway that we have for you today. And to win, what do you have to do to win? That's what everyone here wants to know. How can you be entered in today's draw? So firstly, either you can leave a question or comment for Thomas today in the comment section. Just write to us there. Tell us, if you have a question for Thomas throughout today's show, just put it in there and you'll be automatically entered to win. And the second way is to tell us about an experience that you've had on MyHeritage, something that you really enjoyed using, a feature on MyHeritage that you've really enjoyed using, or something that brought you a discovery, helped you break through a brick wall with your family history research. So just put that in the comment section, and at the end of today's show, after the questions, we'll be giving away a MyHeritage Complete Plan to one lucky winner. So we're very excited about that. Yeah, that's our draw for today. So now I'd like to introduce our fantastic speaker that we're really excited about. We have with us Thomas MacEntee, a great friend of MyHeritage, a genealogy rock star, and he can tell us a little bit more about himself. Let me bring him on here. Hello, Thomas.
Hey, Esther, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm just waiting for the big snowstorm here in Chicago. We're supposed to get our first storm of the winter. So I'm glad I'm inside and with my friends on MyHeritage talking about genealogy research toolbox.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So it's cold over there.
It's cold enough to snow, and this is going to be the first big storm. So I already stocked up on everything I need.
Wow. So a great time to do genealogy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And for all of you in the audience, if you haven't already, let us know where you're joining us from and what the weather is like over there. Is it snowing by you too? Let us know.
So are we ready for a little diving into building a research toolbox?
We are indeed, and we're really looking forward to this one. Such a great opportunity to learn about these resources, and
Right.
we're very excited.
Great. Well, listen, I'm sharing my slides. Can you see them?
One moment, let me put them in here. There we go. We got it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And my name is Thomas MacEntee. I am from Chicago in the Illinois, United States, where many are cold but few are frozen. A little bit about me, if you don't know my background. I've been doing genealogy for 44 years now, believe it or not. I was 14 years old in 1977 when the miniseries Roots came on US television, and I watched it with my great grandparents, and I was hooked. And so we would turn off the TV set and we talk about our own family history. My roots, which are in my tree on my heritage, go back to 1641 in Schenectady, New York, which is my New York Dutch line. Then in Rhode Island, 1628, my Crandall line, which is on my mother's side. And then the latest one I've been working on the most are my French Huguenots, 1675 in New Paltz, New York. And in fact, my ninth great grandfather's house still stands, a stone house built in 1699 in this little town of New Paltz. So I've been doing genealogy forever. And what I want to share with you is a solution I've created for time management. I come from a tech background, an IT background. I worked 30 years for large law firms around the world, and it was all about productivity, increasing productivity. And that's what I'm always looking at. You should be looking at it too. If you're doing a certain thing over and over again, if there's anything you can do to make it faster or improve the time, then you should look at it. But this is one I want you to focus on today. Why would you want to build a genealogy research toolbox? Now, the main thing is, this is one of the questions. Do you spend a lot of time looking for that favorite website that you use for research? Maybe you used it 3 months ago. Maybe it was some German genealogy site and you can't remember. So what do? You go out to the Google and you spend a half hour searching for it when you could be using that time to search for your ancestors. Also, are you a messy Marvin when it comes to bookmarks and links and keeping them organized? So maybe you are saving anything and everything to your bookmarks, but it's a mess. How do you navigate it? So that's why I developed this. I really think that a research toolbox that you build is really going to be right for you. Maybe you'll look as crazy and happy as this woman on the slide. No guarantees. Okay, so what we're talking about are two things. You need to pick a container. Think of it as a box, as a box where everything is there. It's accessible. It's right here on the side of your desk. But we're talking virtual. We're talking digital. These are the ones that I've used before. One of them is the one that I use a lot is, and this is the one I'm going to show you, creating an organized toolbox using your web browser's bookmarks or favorites. I'm a fan of Google Chrome. This will work in Safari. It will work for Mac users. It will work in Foxfire. It will work in, what is it now, Microsoft Edge or whatever name it is today, okay? The other one is you could also create this in a document or a spreadsheet. Not ideal, but it will still work. The other one is a blog or a website. So let me go ahead and once we're done with the slide, I'm going to go ahead and share a few options. You could create a blog or a website. You can create a website for free on Weebly or Wix and then store your research toolbox there. The whole idea is when you go to research, whether it's at home, maybe you're in a library sitting at a terminal, or anywhere in the world on your mobile phone, you should be able to access your toolbox that you created. The other one also is you could do social media sites. I've seen people use Pinterest to create a research toolbox. When you think of it, it's just a collection of sites. The nice thing about Pinterest is you can share it with other people. So let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and go over here. Esther, can you see my Word document, yes or no?
Yes. Yeah, we
Okay,
can see
great.
it.
So this is one option. This is one that I created. It's got about 150 different links, but you could go ahead and use this. You could print it to PDF. You could have it printed out, but that means you have to type in all the URLs. But you could actually do this if you wanted. You go ahead and what's a good one here? Here we go, 250 killer archives. I know you want to see that one. You could go ahead and click like that and then go out to the site. I don't think that that is ideal necessarily. The other option is this. Let's see what I've got right here. This is the genealogy research toolbox I created on Weebly. Weebly is free. Create 2 websites for free. It's all drag and drop technology. You don't need to know programming. It's not WordPress or anything. And if you look at it, all I've done is I've created this with a bunch of links, and there they are. There's the 250 killer archives. You know, these are the ones that I use the most. So what I really like, though, are the containers where it is on my web browser. So it would be right up here. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to build it for your web browser. Let's go back to our slideshow, if I can find it. There we go. And in presentation mode. Perfect. Okay, so also, let me go back here. Oh, hold on a minute. There we go. We picked our container. This is where I want to be. Perfect. I apologize. Let me put the closed captions on again. So once you've decided on a container that works for you, and we all work differently, then you want to pick your contents. Think about the sites that you visit for genealogy every day. Are you searching for them on Google? I will tell you that can be dangerous. A lot of times when I search for like MyHeritage on Google, a lot of times I get ads for a different site, like a site that starts with a letter A for genealogy. So I don't recommend going out and searching on Google every time. You need to save that bookmark and in an organized way. These are the things. This is what we're going to build. This is in my Google Chrome browser. The nice thing is with most internet browsers these days, if you were to set up an account and log in, then build your bookmarks, those bookmarks will follow you wherever else you log in. And that's a big benefit. I know we're not traveling now, but by the end of this year, I intend to do some genealogy work in libraries and archives if they're open. And I always want this available. Look at the MyHeritage tools I set up. These are the ones that I use the most when I'm using MyHeritage. So let me show you how that's set up. And by the way, these are the things that I recommend you throw into your research toolbox, your MyHeritage tools, your favorite genealogy websites. It's going to be different for all of us. We all have different areas that we research, different ethnicities, geographical areas. The other one also is ebooks. If I'm constantly downloading an ebook or an article from Google or somewhere else, Hate Thee Trust, Internet Archive, just why not have it available in the research toolbox? The other one also is, don't know why that disappeared, your tools and calculators. What if I wanted to know what day of the week a certain day was on? How about the value of $1 US in 1910? Could you imagine me scrambling for those tools every time I needed that? That's the whole idea. We're going to consolidate that. So let me go out to my web browser, and here we are. Let's go here. Perfect. So here I am at MyHeritage, and I'm going to build a bookmark, a genealogy research toolbox right up here. Now, if I wanted to, I could go into my bookmarks right here in Google, and I really don't want to do that. This is the easiest way for me. Watch what I'm going to do. Right click, add folder. We're going to call it Gen Res Toolbox. And we're going to say okay. And notice it put it right here. Now, the first site I want is I want this right here. I want this is the site that I use the most. Watch what I'm going to do. It's easy to drag it right on top of that folder. And there it is. Now, okay, what else do I use? Well, I use my family tree every day. So I'm going to wait for this to come up. I'm going to grab this URL and watch how I just drag it down into that folder. Perfect. What else do we have? This is one that I use a lot. I'm always using the consistency checker because my family tree is a mess. If you don't know about the consistency checker, it's a really great feature. Again, highlight it, drag it down to the folder, and you can see that we're starting to build stuff here. We'll get it organized in a minute. What else do I use? Oh, my DNA. I definitely want my DNA results here, and I'm going to drag that down. The other one that I use when I research, I go to the collection catalog. I don't do a general research. I usually know what database I want. So I use this all the time. Drag down, add it there. Oh, come on, guys. I know you're there. There we go. Okay, it's in there. The other one that I really love are my photos. As Esther talked about, the limit for a free account is 10 photos. But here I was working on California Gold Rush stuff the other day. So I want access to all my photos, and I'm going to drag it here. Now, what do you do when you have a mess like this? Well, it's not a mess, but what if you want to organize this? So that's taking your bookmarks to another level. Now in Google Chrome, there's Bookmark Manager. I know there are tools in Safari, in Bing, Microsoft Edge, whatever you use. So watch what I'm going to do. I can go here and I can add another folder, and I'm going to call it My Heritage. Save it right there. Let's see how it looks. Okay, I'm going to bring it up here. Notice how that line moves as I move things around. Put it there. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag this into the My Heritage folder. Drag this into the My Heritage folder. I just find this easier. You notice my one eye is closed because I don't have my glasses on. But watch what I'm doing. Now, if I was smart, I would have created a My Heritage folder before I started. There they are. Now, the other thing is I can rename these. This doesn't look great alphabetically. It doesn't look organized to me. I'm going to go to Edit. I right-clicked over it, and I'm going to say My Heritage Home. In fact, I'm going to copy this because all of my entries are going to start with that. This one is My Heritage Family Tree. Right-click, Edit. Like that. Again, this is your research toolbox. You can come up with any naming, but you see how I'm starting to build this. This one, I'm going to edit, My Heritage, Consistency Checker, save. So what else do we have? We have DNA results. Right-click, edit. And what I'm doing is I'm pasting that text that I copied earlier because I know that I want all of these bookmarks to start with the same. So I'll say DNA, go here, collection catalog. And I tend to call it something else, card catalog, because that's what it reminds me of. And then finally, we've got one more in here. And we've got, oh, this should be, oh, that's the photos. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this and paste. Okay, great. But we're not done yet. What I really want to do is I want to organize this. I'll put home there. I'll put consistency checker there alphabetically, maybe DNA. But you do have to go back each time. Family tree, card catalog goes up here. And what else do we have? Do we have it all? And then photos. That's great. So what else, now that we've done My Heritage, what else would you add to your research toolbox? Well, if you want a new folder, you right-click and say Add Folder. I'm going to do U.S. Census. I'm really doing a lot of census work lately. There. And I have an empty folder called U.S. Census. So what I could do is I could go ahead and create more stuff. I could go out here to U.S. Census history. There we go. And here's the agency history for U.S. Census. So what I'm going to do is watch. I'm going to drag this down to U.S. Census. Then if I'm smart, I'll go over here. Oh, it did rename itself, which is good. Not everything is responsive where it will rename itself. Now, if I'm going to have a lot of US Census things, I might want to do this. Well, let's go ahead. I'm going to do index of questions. I always want to know what the US Census questions are. Drag it down, but remember you're going to drop it on the US Census. And then let's see how it looks. Okay, that's not bad. The other one that I want is I want the census instructions that the enumerators got. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, watch, drag down and drop it. And there it is. We're starting to build that. If I wanted to, watch, it's easy to move these things into alphabetic order. Okay. The other thing maybe I want is I want mortality schedules. Now, I could actually do this for individual sets. Here we are. Mortality schedules were from the 1850 to the 1890 technically census. I want to drag this down here and put it in there. And then, of course, I want to see how it results. Okay, it's alpha. What else would you put in? How about this site? How about Wolfram Alpha? Remember the site I told you? How would you calculate how many, or how would you know how many nicknames there are for Elizabeth? Well, we're going to add this. Watch where we're going to do it. We're going to create a new folder called Calculators and Tools. Sure enough, and watch, I can move the folder up above US Census. Easy to do. And then I'm going to drag this down into here and go ahead and do that. Why is Wolfram Alpha important? Watch. You do $1, 1910. And it will tell you what the current value is. The other thing that I like is, have you ever had a tombstone where it gives a death date and then it says, oh, this person died at the age 73, 5 months and 3 days. So let's say that my ancestor died on April 6th, 1857. And he was, I'm doing minus 73 years, minus 5 months, minus 8 days. I have to spell it right. And Viola, there it is. That's the birth date, Wednesday. So that's why I really want to have that. The other one is, the other one I like is I like Cindy's list. Let's say I like Internet Archive. Internet Archive is great because they've got a lot of books and texts. So where would I put this? Right now, I could just drag it. Oops. I could just drag the URL onto the search toolbar, onto the GenRes toolbox, and there it's going to sit. I really should create a folder for it. So I'm going to go ahead and say add folder, books and libraries. I'm not the best speller, I will tell you that. There we go. And then I can just drag this into that. And then if I'm smart, I'll drag my books up here and you build this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and delete all my work because, well, first let me show you. One of the things on our slides, which are really important, is the next thing is, these are the things that we're looking at, MyHeritage Tools, ebooks, all the things that we want to add. But the next thing is, what about importing and exporting and backup? All the browsers and their bookmark managers have a way for you to export the HTML. This is how you do it in Google Chrome. Oops. Here we go. I'm going to go here. I can go to bookmarks right up here. This is the bookmark manager. And I can say right in the corner, export bookmarks. It will export it to an HTML file. Now I'm going to delete this one. I know you're going to say, you're going to delete all that work. I am, because I'm going to import my real research toolbox. Import bookmarks. I should have it saved here. Here it is. There it is. Okay. And then I'm going to go out to my browser and take a look. Yeah, Google. I didn't spell it right. There we go. Now you notice how it says imported. But look at all this. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here. Get rid of this. This is what my genealogy research toolbox looks like. Notice I've got things like Hathi Trust, Library of Congress, Percy, WorldCat, a directory of state archives, tools, census, genealogy societies, all of this stuff. These are things that I work on. I do a lot of New York research. So think about it. If you were to take 1/2 hour, maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, to set this up, you would be saving yourself so much time down the road. Okay, let's finish up with our slides and I'll take your questions. So remember, by exporting that HTML, it serves as a way for a backup. Okay, and I don't know why my bullets are going that crazy. Also, what do you do about updating? That's the downside. Links can get stale. We can wind up with a 404 error, which we don't like. There is a site, so I check my links every few months. If I click on a link in my research toolbox and it doesn't work, I stop right then and there and try and fix it. Otherwise, again, I'm kicking that can down the road. There is a site, though, called deadlinkchecker.com. You do have to set up a free account. There is a limit to it, but they will let you check whether your links are working or not. So that's really a tool that I've used as well. Okay, here's our conclusion, and I'll take some questions. Remember, this toolbox is personalized. It's easy to share with other people. You may see something on someone's toolbox you really want to add to your own. That's fine. But if you spend just a little bit of time, invest some time in doing this, you're going to make room for a lot more productivity, a lot more time to spend on MyHeritage and do research for your family history. Esther, how was that?
Oh, that was oh, there we go. It looks like can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, it was muting me and unmuting me, so I think we're good now.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And I just want to say, it's such good timing, because I think at the beginning of the year is really the time when, everyone has in their mind, we can get organized, we can work on these things.
Right.
So it's the perfect time to just kind of spend that day and sit down and as you said, just, take care of all this business so that your life for your genealogy research for the rest of the year is just it's so much easier.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to post a link to my web-based toolbox in the chat, if that's okay. If you could possibly share that with people. So Thomas's genealogy research toolbox. There.
And we also posted a link to the handout for anyone who missed it. There's a link in the comments section a few times. I think it's pinned right now to Thomas's handout, and we have it saved on the MyHeritage education in our knowledge base.
Great.
So definitely check that out.
Perfect.
So first of all, a few things before we get to the questions. A few people that asked if it's recorded, or they said that there was so much information they weren't sure they got all of it. So don't worry. Today's session is recorded, and it'll be available for you to rewatch at any point. It's on the MyHeritage Facebook page, facebook.com/MyHeritage, under the video section. And after today, you can go and watch it at your own in your own leisure, and just take your time, write down notes, etc., as well as all of our past Facebook Lives. So we definitely suggest that you check it out if you missed any of today's show, or if you just want to watch it again. So,
Esther, I'm going to share my slide, which has my email address.
Sure. Please do.
Put that right there. So if people do have a question, you can always email me. I pretty much answer all my emails, but I get 300 to 400 a day, so it may take me a little bit to get back to you. So
there we go. It's hidefgen@gmail.com.
Right.
So you're all welcome to contact Thomas, but we will be taking questions as well today. So don't worry. There are a lot, so I'm not sure we'll get to all of them, Thomas, but definitely some of them we will. So let's see. Anne asks, is there a limit as to how many addresses you can put on the bookmarks?
No, there aren't, but I think visually it'll go down so far that then you're going to have to scroll within that folder So to me, if I go ahead and share, hold on, I'll go ahead and share my screen again and share my toolbar. Hold on. There we go. And here it is. Do you notice how I have so many right here? If I were to add about 10 more, it would go down beyond the browser window and it would be inconvenient. So guess what? You're forced to pick like the 20 best links for whatever that you want to set up. Good question.
Okay, we have a question here. Let's see. We have so many from Faye. Faye asks, what scan app do you recommend for my cell phone to use when scanning documents and then moving them to Evernote?
Yeah, what I recommend, well, Evernote has its own scanner in the mobile app. It should. So you should be able to do that if you have the Evernote mobile app. Otherwise, I'm using Cam Scanner, and here it is. It's a website. It's an app, and the nice thing it doesn't just scan photos. It scans documents and translates the typewritten text into usable text. But check out the Evernote app. There's a lot of features that people don't use. It might be a third party like plugin or add-in, but I know for sure that my colleagues have used the Evernote app to scan photos and documents with their mobile phone.
Okay, we have a nice comment here from Linda. She said, enjoyed the presentation, very useful information. So true, so true. I think we've all learned some hints and tips today.
Right.
And we have a question here from Emily. She asked, Thomas, what is your process for checking links? Is there anything automated?
Well, the thing that's automated is this site, deadlinkchecker.com. That's the only automation that I use right now. I go to multi-check, and then you do have to set up an account. It's a free day trial. It can be a real pain, but I check maybe every 3 or 4 months. Other than that, I'm going to have to go through manually to check them. But this is the site that I've been using, Deadlink Checker. It's what a lot of large websites use. You can imagine a shopping site that might have 1,000 links, and every day you want to make sure they all work. So it's a freemium program. Most of us should be able to set up a free web account here and check our links.
Rosemary says, wonderful information. I know what I am going to be doing this afternoon. We've given you a lot of work here, Rosemary. We have a question here from Kent. Thomas, what is the most useful obscure item in your toolbox?
Oh, let's go ahead and look. Oh my gosh. I would say that this one, Directory of State Archives. Now, the reason why state archives are important is a lot of states, they receive 2 copies of the federal census. So sometimes if I don't like the image that's on NARA or on Internet Archive, but they also might, so you never know what these archive sites have. This is always up to date. It's got contact information, email information. My biggest thing is call them. During COVID, a lot of people are not working in the office. They're working at home. I would call the number. I don't always use email, but I think this is my best site right now, Directory of State Archives.
Some other nice comments here. Patricia says, this is great. I have bookmarks, but I'm not as well organized. And Linda says, I have a 1-month goal to get better organized. I will add all of these to my task. So I think that everybody here has a lot of takeaways and things that they're going to be doing going forward. Fantastic. Let's see. Deborah asks, did Thomas mention a link to a copy of his bookmarks? Is that in your handout, Thomas?
No, there is a link for the general. I haven't linked the HTML file. So what I can do is this, watch. I know you guys are watching right now, but I'm using Amazon Web Server. Watch what I'm going to do. I will go in here and I will upload it so to Amazon. That makes it easier for you guys to download. So let me do this. I'm going to go to Genealogy Bargains. I'm going to upload a file, and I'm going to upload that squirrely HTML file. There it is. And I'm going to rename it. Let's rename it first. We're going to rename it Thomas MacEntee GenRes Toolbox. And this is an HTML file that you'll be able to import. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and upload the sucker. And then what I need to do is, one of the downsides of AWS is I need to make that publicly available. So bear with me. Thomas is, there we go. Pick it up again. I apologize. I should have done this before because I knew there would be a demand for it. Here, I'm going to check this, make this public, make public, go back. It's always a process. And let me finally post the link. And if you'll post it for me, Esther, that would be great. There we go.
Sure. Yes, we will do that.
So
And that's great.
Yeah.
I see another couple comments here about your bookmarks. I guess everyone wants to see your bookmarks. So
that's right. Yeah. So hold on a minute. Let me go ahead and Thomas's GenRes Toolbox. This is HTML file for import. And there it is. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'll share my screen again and show you my toolbox that I use on a daily basis. Hold on. There we go. I'm looking in Google Books. Yeah. I was just looking for something to add. I wanted to show something, but it's not going to work. Okay, so this is it. I have cemeteries and death records. I have census materials. Now I'm very US centric on my research. City directories, different genealogy societies I belong to. These are my general research. But also down here, look at these search engines I have. Have you ever heard of Dogpile or DuckDuckGo or HighBeam? These are like one-off. Here's 100 search engines for academic research, you know. Now, some of those might be old, but you never know. Here's vital records. What are the vital records policies and availability by state? This is from the CDC. Oops, it should have been. It didn't work. So that's one that I'm going to have to look at. Here we go. Great. Where to write for vital records. So if I wanted to know what Illinois is, and it gives me the costs and everything. So that's definitely something I'm going to want in there for vital records. Volunteer projects, projects that I volunteer with. So you could add as many. Notice I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think you're roughly allowed up to 20, depending on your screen resolution. So again, you're sort of forced to pick the 20 best folder headings, and within each folder, the 20 best bookmarks. But yeah, I've been doing this for years, and it's a big time saver. It really is.
Amazing. I see that actually I was not able to copy the link. So even if we just post it after the show today,
okay, sure.
We'll post the bookmarks in the comments at the end of today's session. I wasn't able to copy it there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. Great, fantastic. I see just so many comments here about how useful this was.
Thank you.
And I see, yeah, I see it's going to help a lot of people just organize their research for the new year. So that's really fantastic, especially those that might still have some extra time at home these days,
right?
For a little longer. So now's the time to really, to do these things now while you have that extra time, and it'll save you time in the future.
Yes, that's just it. Invest it now, and it pays off in dividends over and over again in the future. Yeah.
Amazing. We'll just take one last question that before we get to the draw. We have a question from Augusta, and she asks, do you have any sites that would be good for European info?
For European, well, I go to MyHeritage, so that's my number one, but it depends on what you want. One of the ones that I like, let me go ahead and share this, is I really do like GeniaNet. And let me go ahead and share that. And here it is, genianet.org. It's out of France. And they've got a lot of good stuff for European research. Right now, I've used it mostly for my German research, but this is the one that I really, really recommend. Also, you can upload your DNA to GeniaNet. A lot of people don't know that. So you could download your results from MyHeritage and look for other matches here with GeniaNet. So it's really, it's an not underserved, it's an underutilized site. So that's what I wanted to point out. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Thomas.
Sure.
And such great tools and tips. And don't forget the handout, everyone. If there were things that you missed also, you can, as I said, you can rewatch today's Facebook Live under the video section. Yeah. But you can also take a look at the handout. We've put it in the comments section. It's on the MyHeritage knowledge base. And if you haven't checked out the MyHeritage knowledge base in general, it's a great source of information. It's education.myheritage.com.
You should bookmark it. You should bookmark it and put it in your research toolbox under education.
Definitely. Right? Great idea.
Yeah.
It's one of those resources that can only help. It just has great content on MyHeritage, on DNA, on genealogy, and it ranges from webinars to how-to videos and articles. A lot of stuff that Thomas has posted is there. So some great information, and we hope that you check it out there as well. So now we'll give our draw today on MyHeritage Complete Plan. Very exciting. I noticed that you have a MyHeritage DNA kit in the corner there,
yes,
Thomas.
I do. So I also have my little MyHeritage mug here. So
your paraphernalia, your MyHeritage.
Yeah. My swag. Yes.
Amazing. Where's your mask? We haven't seen the mask.
It is here, but it doesn't go over my headphone very well. So that's why I'm just sort of there it is.
For anyone that can't see, do you want to read what it says?
Yeah, here, I'll hold it up. And is it backwards or here? My nose, my mouth, MyHeritage. And I get so many looks. I get so many looks at the store when I'm out. They're like, they do a double take. Yeah.
Amazing. So now we're giving away a different MyHeritage prize, the MyHeritage Complete Plan, which is the best plan that we have to offer at MyHeritage. As I said earlier, complete access to 13 billion historical records. And the special thing about MyHeritage is it really has an amazing international appeal, records from all over the world, as opposed to some other services. So not only US-centric for people that are looking for European family members and ancestors. It'll also give you unlimited access to our photo tools, advanced DNA features, unlimited family tree size. So an amazing prize for one lucky winner. And the winner for today's show, let's see, is Linda Burl-Schmidt. And Linda wrote to us today, I had a fantastic find a couple of months ago from my maternal grandfather through MyHeritage. I got a hint from MyHeritage that there was a book with my grandfather's name in it. In the book was the history of his time fighting in France in World War I, including how he was wounded, which I had been trying to find out for years. Not only that, but there was a paragraph my grandfather had dictated in his own words about the experience of going over the top during a war. What a find.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Yes.
Wow, Linda, what a story. And besides just winning the prize, we want to contact you and learn more about that story, because that is incredible. And we love hearing stories like this of users who find out incredible things about their ancestors while using MyHeritage tools, seeing records, historical records, or noticing a detail in a family photo after enhancing or colorizing it. All these, all these finds just are the reason behind what we do, why we do everything that we do at MyHeritage. So thank you for sharing with us, and we'll be in touch with you through private message to claim your prize. Thank you, everybody else, for joining us. Amazing audience today. So much enthusiastic feedback. Join us again for our next sessions on the MyHeritage blog, blog.myheritage.com. We have a blog post, a recent blog post with all of our sessions in January. At the beginning of every month, we list all of our upcoming sessions. So we hope that you'll join us at more of our live sessions. And Thomas, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
A wonderful guest.
Thanks.
And we all just learned so much, so we're really appreciative.
Great. Okay. I thank you for this opportunity, and hopefully I'll be back in February.
We hope so. We hope so.
All right.
Okay. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.